That's great.
So I watched Death Note.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't watch Death Note, but I saw some pieces of Death Note.
I'll put the preamble in front of the thing. 'Cause I don't think Death Note is like all that great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent anime. I watched it. I enjoyed it, and that was about it.
Now I'm gonna assume you're talking about the
anime.
new.
Yes, I'm
adaptation.
talking about the new American adaptation, but I'm talking about the original anime. I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. It was fine. I didn't care for any of the Japanese movies. They're just like almost any live action adaptation of any anime. It's usually like, even if it's made by whatever countries, they're not great. But
I heard that anime is terrible.
no. So I watched it, and there's thoughts certainly going through my head, and one of them is that it's a terrible adaptation of any source material, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is inferior to the anime, right?
Yeah.
Like in terms of its overall story progression.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched it, but isn't the anime like 50 episodes long?
I think it's less than that.
Okay,
I can't remember.
It's
I think
a full series.
I thought it was like 24, 25-ish. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 30. I don't
90, 200 minute.
Well,
movie?
they only do a certain
arc or
part
whatever.
of it.
Yeah,
But
okay.
here's the thing: is that like my two positive thoughts is that if you're going to remake anything, you gotta be very different, while also retaining the core like story beats. Like, guy gets this, does this with that, and this happens, right?
Mhm.
So as like a remake, like there's a remake that reminds me of Let the Right One In, or Let Me In is the American adaptation. It's the exact same movie.
Yeah, it goes.
The
They
exact
just
same
change
movie.
it from like Swedish to English.
The Swedish, I think it's in Alaska. No, it's in New Mexico, even though there's snow everywhere. Maybe they're on the mountains. I forget. But it's the exact same movie beat for beat. They speak English. That's the only real difference. Right? So this is like, it is a full American version of Death Note where things that only would happen in America would happen.
Okay.
Characters react like I would think Americans would react.
Uh-huh.
And one of them, if you've seen it, is when Ryuk first appears.
Yes, I have seen this.
And it's Light Turner freaking his shit and screaming at the top of his lungs.
Like a little Shia LaBeouf.
Which is what I expect if I don't know anything about Death Note and click on a movie where it says, guy gets a magical book and there's a demon, right? I would expect that guy to react like that.
I think most people's problems with that is that like his terror is like
is childlike.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
like it's like Transformers like gag shock.
Yeah,
level.
it's like Michael Bay was directing it, right? Mm-hmm. So, as it goes on, I kind of felt like if I had no knowledge of Death Note at all, and I watch about like 3 or 4 horror movies a week.
Yes, you do.
Over Netflix, over Xbox Video, whatever. If I just clicked on this random Death Note movie and I'm going to watch this movie, I was like, that was fine. I was like a 6. I was like a 7 at most.
Come away from it going, boy, that sure was based off of one of the most popular anime franchises of all time.
Is it? I don't think
I don't
it
know.
is.
There's
fans of it for sure. I don't think it changed.
Is it Dragon Ball Evolution?
It's way better than that.
Okay.
I have not seen Ghost in the Shell, so I don't know about that. I've not watched Fist of the North Star all the way through.
Oh, you haven't?
Not all the way through.
Okay, because Dragon Ball Evolution is like multiple steps above of that Fist of the North Star movie.
Okay.
That is the abject just fucking...
I wish they'd get another shot. Anyway, Ryuk, Willem Dafoe is amazing in it. There's lots of gory scenes that were well done. But other than that, all the characters were annoying. I like what they did with Light in some, with L in some scenes. Mm-hmm. Because in the anime, it always feels a joke. He's like, you don't take him seriously. He's this weird little guy. Mm-hmm. And this guy seems more like a grounded, real person, but still has some of the weirdness of him. Mm-hmm. I was like, he's fine. Everyone else has a problem. But it's like a 6 for me.
So, Matt, as the Death Note expert in this room
right now by default,
would you say that I should start Death Note at the Netflix adaptation?
Well, it sets itself up for big sequels.
Oh man, that's fucking super lame already.
Well, if it does well for Netflix, they'll greenlight a second one. You know, that's how it works. But
I saw fucking Brennan just like screaming into the void on Twitter while he was watching it the other day.
Mostly anyone that even knows a bit about Death Note was. But like as a standalone movie, like it was a 6. Like I've seen so much worse. I've seen so much better.
Do you think the amount of trash you consume like forces you to give things like a fairer pass?
I think I have a broad well, it comes to horror movies.
Movies. You're like the shittest shit taste in your mouth that you've had in your life is like worse than most people encounter.
Well, I've often said like the last thing you want to be is a 4 to a 6. Like Suicide Squad is a 5.
Suicide Squad's a 5.
Is a 5. Like I distinctly remember less of it as seconds go on.
I took a piss at the only good part in the movie, and when I came
back,
I
didn't know you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it, and I took a piss right when they met the lady.
Guy.
No,
the girl.
And she shot all the FBI's.
Sure.
And
I don't even know what you're talking about.
And that was supposed to be a cool moment. And I was in the bathroom taking a piss, and I think I was spending my time better than watching it. Man, that movie sucks. Holy shit.
But it's a 5. It's not a 0. It's not a 1. It's not
I would have loved to see
a
0
I
would have
like a Samurai Cop as a 0. You know, like in terms of the movie quality on display.
No, I was gonna say like is Samurai Cop even a 0?
Like I said before, it's a 0, but the counter went all the way back.
No, is that like a -2?
No, it's a 0. Well, you can't get lower than 0.
Yeah, but a -2 on the shit scale would be an 8 in the ironic good scale, right?
So that was Death Note. That's all I really have to say about it.